0889.
With it being a little after 5, sorry. Let's start the meeting. Agenda review and disposition, any changes?
No changes.
Okay, privilege of the floor. You good, Ted? Okay. Approval of the minutes for June, so we have 2 sets here, June 6th and our retreat minutes. Anybody have any changes? I didn't see anything myself. The minutes for the retreat were great.
The draft was already posted prior to tonight's meeting.
Great. Yes, we always post the unofficial and then make it official. Who would like to move the minutes? Paul, second by Peter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, abstentions? Peter, you weren't there? Okay. Great, we don't have a student this evening. Principal's report.
Oh. Sorry about that. Well, I can start off by telling you that the fall sports started on Monday. Camps went well, extremely well. And I'm pretty proud to let you know that the numbers in fall sports are outstanding. And they go as follows. Football has 62 kids. Right now, field hockey has 42. Girls soccer has 28. Boys soccer has 37. Cross country has 18. Volleyball, I don't know how they're doing that. They have 40. Yeah, that's a little over the top. And golf, which is a great problem to have. Golf has 22.
Wow.
And the only one I get concerns of is cheer. Right now, there's only 4, but I'm hoping that we'll increase when we get the kids. Because you have to have 5 to be an NHIA participant in that. So hopefully, but those numbers are terrific. I'm going to let my assistant principal report out on summer school, which I think you'll be real proud of too. I'll take you around the building tonight. I think my only concern that I have is out front, and not due to the construction company, but keep my fingers crossed on the weather. But if we have to, Plan B would go into effect, and I would use just the north wing entrance to enter. Obviously I'm not blocking anything, but if we had an emergency, the kids could still go out that front and through. But that's my only concern, is that it has enough time to dry, and because they can't obviously pour it if the weather's going to be poor all this week. The rest of the building I will show you as I take you along. Kids are starting, we're getting a lot of influx of kids, transfers coming in. Right now I think we're up to around 12 or 13. I haven't lost many. I usually give you those numbers in September after the first week or 2 weeks of school. Teachers have their schedules, they have their class rosters, they have their duties. Janet will take you through what we're going to do in service for what's going to happen there. So overall, we're in real good shape. So looking forward to one last year. Thanks. Oh, you want me to do that now? Yes, I have 2. I was going to do that under other business, but I can do it now. I have 2 other requests, and they both require financial dealings. The money will, obviously the money that we used this year for expenditures, we anticipated, I think it was close to $900,000. And not even close to that figure. One of the items that was issued I did not need on the special ed, but I have 2 other areas that need attention. One of them is the concrete block wall that needs to be sealed on the 3rd floor. It comes down into the library. It has never been sealed properly, so we always have water damage on that piece. And that price is approximately $39,500. And the other piece is to finish the project that we had originally approved at maybe 5 or 6 years ago, the building of a baseball, what do you call it, batting cage. And I've gotten a couple of bids on that, and that bid came in, and it's a local bid to finish off that project at close to, well, it's $99,300. So
What does that include? Includes the roof and?
that includes the roof, it includes
Enclosure.
the enclosure, it includes the shingles, it includes the poles. It's already been set up down there for it. So that, and it's, Build New Hampshire is the company that I'm looking at.
Okay.
Questions?
And did you say one was already budgeted, or did you say no? they
Well,
both-
we had, no, we did not budget for either one, but the proposal was made to this board, some of you people may have remembered,
Okay.
and I think we got in a full discussion of what color the roof was gonna be. Was it gonna be blue or was it gonna be green? But no, so we've continued, we just never finished the dealings in the project. And
Okay.
we have an opportunity to finish this up. One piece I won't be able to show you tonight, I'm gonna show you in September, is you're gonna see the Bobcat shack.
Snack
that-
shack.
That really needed strong attention. But it's almost done. It'll be ready for the first game, but I didn't have all the equipment placed back for tonight to take you down there, but I plan on doing that in September, in your September meeting. But we do have the finances for both these projects, and that pretty much tightens things up as we move forward. I have no other big issues coming down at you or projects that are out there.
Okay, so you need a vote on that.
Yeah, I need a motion to move
So any questions before
ahead.
I get a motion? Okay, yes.
To me, they fall into two categories.
Yeah,
One is a definite need.
Yeah.
The water there, that one is, to me, a no-brainer.
correct.
But $99,000 for a batting cage?
Yeah, it's an
That
enclosed structure, Phil. It's an enclosed structure with poles, with the netting. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Do you remember when Michael presented that to you, came in front of the board?
No, that doesn't,
Yeah.
that's just my age.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but I
We
just,
have deferred it because of the cost for a while.
well,
Yeah.
but you say we've got the finances for it, and, you know, the obvious thought or question is, what would that do to the tax rate if we turned that back?
Wait, at this point, you have no idea because
No, I
you
know,
don't know
but
the
I mean,
funding. Yeah.
conceptually, I mean, again, $99,000 for it.
We spent
How critical
Phil,
is it that we have
we
a
spent
batting cage?
$100,000 on the cat shack.
Oh, I
To
understand
repair
that.
it.
Oh, I understand
Yeah.
that, but that's been there how long? And it's a vital part of the operation of the things, I mean, it's not just the high school community.
And I made major repairs on the ski jump. And that's fairly new. What is that, like 6, 8 years we had that to deal with?
Oh, yeah.
And that still needed a lot of repairs this year.
Yeah,
The batting cage is already partially built.
Yeah.
So it just needs to be completed.
It's
It's already a
one of-
project that's been funded, waiting to complete that, which has always been part of the plan.
How long did the other one last?
I don't think there
Prior.
was one, was there? There wasn't one.
No,
Oh,
we
this is
we just had a
brand
net.
new.
We put the
Oh,
poles in.
that's right.
We
I
put
know.
the poles in, but we
That's
never went back and,
It was actually approved prior to me being in this position,
Yeah.
so it's just been,
left on the
Heard out.
table.
yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
I'm really
yeah.
trying to clean up
Got it,
while I'm here.
got it. Okay.
Bruce?
Peter?
Probably a foolish question. It does come with a pitching machine, doesn't it?
That I don't know, Peter.
I mean...
I don't know.
Well,
I'd have to ask, the athletic director who gave me the quote.
What do you think?
I just have a procedural question. I remember that we discussed this, and I remember that we approved it, but does it need further approval now? I mean, I don't remember how it was approved. I mean, I remember,
You approved came in with the designs came in.
yeah,
The structure came in, yeah, and you approved yeah.
You approved it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't enough,
We
Oh,
did.
this is more.
basically. This is in addition to what the projected
Right.
cost was.
okay.
So it wasn't able to, from my understanding, it wasn't able to be finished.
Because we're going back
You're going
probably
back
a
at
year and a
least,
half to
'cause
2
this
years
is-
now? This is pre-COVID.
This is my
probably.
4th year, so it was prior to me being in as
It's
superintendent.
prior to you, too.
It was I think it was the last,
So it's been a while then.
1920, I think.
Can't remember what I had for dinner last night.
It wasn't a priority during COVID, no.
Yeah, I do remember now.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? So do I hear a motion? Do you want to put them together or separate, or how do you guys?
I would recommend maybe doing them separately.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
You can do the concrete block wall first,
okay.
or 39.5.
I'll make that motion. See.
Great. Second, Christie. All those in favor?
He knows what I'm talking about.
The rock wall, retention wall by the library. Opposed, abstaining? Okay.
Thank you. And then the other one was for the completion of the batting cage at 99
210.
210.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. The batting cage at
Second.
210, seconded by Sam. All those in favor? Opposed, abstaining? Abstention is Phil.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're, okay,
I'm voting contrary.
okay.
Thank you.
Got it. And the opposed?
Okay.
No abstentions, okay.
Do you want
Thank you.
Janet to go?
Yes, that'd be great, boss.
You want to cover these?
Okay, so the summer school report under discussion items. It was a really successful summer. I think the important thing first to do is to thank the teachers who spend a lot of time with kids in July. So Crystal Kennedy and Gavin Brickley have, led the charge. This is their second or third summer together. We added Michelle Giordano this year for 2 days a week, specifically around math for kids who are coming in to earn credit in math. And Jesse Elderkin supports them in a para role. He allows them to take a break. He offers a little additional supervision. And then Amelia is here, both in a dual role, supporting the getting ready the library for the next year and offering the Learning Commons to be open as a resource for students if they need it. So it's a real team effort. This year, the kids have earned 106 credits total. So we did recoup a lot of what had been lost in failure over the year. That is about 53% of what we had lost. But again, numbers will tell you the story that you want to hear. So the big gap that we didn't get is really housed in around 14, 15 kids who were, some of our most concerning kids, and they failed multiple classes. So when you have a student that fails multiple, those credits can add up quickly. But for the ones that we were going after, the kids came in, they worked really hard. We had great attendance. Both the freshman class, out of 22 invited, 18 came. In the sophomore class, 34 were invited and 28 came. And in the junior class, 31 were invited and 27 students came. So we thought attendance was really high this year. Crystal did a lot of, I think, additional parent communication. She reached out with all the kids who had been invited multiple times, sent a lot of reminder emails, and so she really did a nice job with that engagement piece. I think moving forward, one thing that she would like us to consider is a little bit more of an RSVP for the kids who are under 18. Just so that parents have a sense of the schedule, how much they need to come, how much they can come, given a lot of them are working. So she would like us to consider that, so that's something I'll bring back to the admin team. But overall, pretty successful summer school this year. Questions?
Is that
Yeah.
all in person or is any of it online?
Well, it's in person, but they're working on an online platform. Yeah, and it's a new platform, so we piloted a new platform last year under a grant. Pam Martin wrote a grant for us to try. Most of the high schools in the state were moving out of one and into a little bit, a little bit more innovative one. The difference that we saw, one of the big differences is that there's many more elective classes offered in the new platform. So for example, if someone had failed an elective, they typically, historically, were not able to recoup that credit. They had to re-enroll or try it again in a different elective. This year, she was able to offer a few elective opportunities for kids, and some took advantage of that. So that was a nice addition.
Great. Any other questions? Yeah, good.
Great.
Thank you.
So we're excited about next week with teachers, and we actually start tomorrow. One of our big agenda items is to welcome new teachers. So Kyle Reed, myself and Randy, we've put together a Plymouth Regional High School new teacher orientation. We're gonna follow the agenda that the SAU is gonna offer for everyone, but we're gonna then personalize it in the afternoon so that it becomes what it's gonna look like here in the building. So for example, they're gonna get a big Power School overview from Carol Lavasser, and then in the afternoon, they're actually gonna log in and look at their courses, their schedule, their rosters, their grade book. So we're gonna sort of tailor it to meet their needs. We're gonna offer them lunch tomorrow, a tour. We have a little swag to hand out to each of them. So we're hopefully gonna really make them feel part of the community tomorrow. So that's super exciting. That is one of Kyle Reed's, as the instructional coordinator, his additional focus this year. So I just want to make sure, I give credit to him. He really spearheaded that opportunity. And then we've outlined a really comprehensive 3 days to welcome the teachers back. I think it's important for you to know that we have invited Homeland Security back on day 1. We drilled some drills last year. Obviously, it was the anniversary of Uvalde, so there was a lot of questions and wonders and concerns and things to think about. And we, as a safety team, recognize that we probably need to go back and look at the entire emergency operation plan with everybody. And it's best received often to have the experts in the room. So we are doing a roundtable discussion with them from 9 to noon on Tuesday. So really trying to tackle that physical safety idea first. So we're super excited. So Todd, Austin, and Officer Jill were really instrumental in getting that organized for us. So we're really excited to kind of kick off with that. And then we'll follow up with, what are we doing in teaching and learning? And it's really exciting that we're really back to talking about teaching and learning. So we organized the agenda. We really used the pride. So what I showcased with you in the spring, the vision of a graduate, we're going to really start to talk that talk with teachers. All of our agenda items fit under a P, an R, an I, a D, or an E right now. So many people have already recognized that we're really being intentional about that. We're going to really try and showcase that with our teachers this year. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to share a lot of the data that you looked at retreat. SAT data, PSAT data, some of our AP scores. And there's a real opportunity to show some personal growth there. We had some kids and some teachers really perform well on the AP scores. So we're going to kind of kick that off and showcase some really high achieving teachers and kids to really talk about teaching and learning. And then we're going to do a little bit of self-care. We're going to do some strategies about like walk and talk. We're going to make people get up and change tables and talk to people they don't normally talk to. So we're being intentional about building that community. And some of it is just around kind of where we're at, and some of it is around it's going to be a big year. People are going to have a lot on their minds. So we're really trying to just make sure we're taking care of each other in and out of the classroom. So we're going to use those kinds of strategies throughout the year. And then we're going to be sure that we continue to pay tribute to Bruce all year. He's given a lot of service and a lot of time, and we are going to be thoughtful and intentional about that. So we have some surprises that I can't share with you, but I can share with you after. So yeah, I think the days look good. They always have a classroom prep day, so we give them Thursday all to themselves. I'll meet with the instructional coordinators and talk about kind of our agenda for the year.
Freshman orientation.
And freshman orientation will take up the bulk of Wednesday. So that's a really fun day. There's a big cookout plan for everybody. They got communication separately, so they know when they're coming and what they're doing. And they go through a mock schedule, so they'll take their schedules and meet all of their teachers. And we have invited National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society students in to help. That's always a nice opportunity for them. So yeah, it's going to be a fun, busy, exciting 3 days.
Good job.
Great. Any questions for Janet? I know you didn't make the retreat, but you're right, the scores were
Yeah,
pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, this year.
Great results,
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
School board feedback, principal?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
sent around the feedback that you gave, that the school board gave regarding what they're looking for in their next principal. This will be, all the information will be public throughout the process. So once the survey goes out to the community, we're gonna have the process up on the website, we're gonna have the folks on the interview committee, we're gonna have all the feedback given, the timeline, and I'll be doing a welcome back video to the community, also mentioning what the process will be too, just to be transparent about it. So the minutes from the retreat are very explicit from what we talked about. It has all the details about who's on the committee, what the timelines are. I know we kind of went through that thoroughly at the retreat piece. So we want to make sure Dana and Pam will be co-facilitating this search. So it will be put up on the website once they kind of get all the materials together. I'm thinking probably around the beginning of September when we send out the survey. So we will definitely use this information to develop some of the questions as we interview the first round of candidates. And if you have any other feedback, feel free to either email me or call me, whatever you'd like to do. So happy to take it, but I just thought you'd see this. This will go on the website as well. So that's it as far as the principal's search.
Great, okay, and as far as the tour, do you want to?
The tour will go after non-public.
Okay.
Because I just have a few things to go over. It won't take very long.
Great, okay, so the business will do the tour after. Privilege of the floor, Ted, you're still good?
I'm still good.
Good. Board member concerns, questions, anything? Kyle and I are working on the paper, like maybe what we talked about at the retreat, the pamphlet when the public comes in, so we'll have some, to kind of look at what that would look like as a person walks in, receiving that paperwork, and then also would have to make that policy as well. So
Yeah.
it's that balancing act.
So it's
between the two.
interesting, remember we had talked about how the public comment policy is optional, it's not a required policy, but if you decide to have guidelines, then you must make it a policy. That clears it up. So if you have guidelines and you leave some flexibility in there, Lisa and I will work on it, we'll bring it to the next committee and you can take a look at it and go from there.
Could we keep it as short as possible though, please?
I think that
I don't think
I
people want to see a
have,
4-page thing when they come
so
in.
right now it's about 6 lines long
Oh,
with
okay.
guidelines.
Very, very, very,
I like that. I like the sound.
very, very gentle,
Yes.
but
It's
just a
broad,
little bit
common
of
courtesy
Yeah.
with
Right.
some guidelines around it.
Right.
How's that?
Good.
Yeah.
14 font, not 8 fonts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and we could always adjust it if it's not working or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll do drafts with you all. which
Yeah.
is Great. Okay, and so a motion to go into non-public, if that person wants to make that with what the topic is, that would be great. We'd like to do that. All right, Phil, thank you. For personnel, seconded by? Okay, great, thank you. All those, I'll do a roll call.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. Thanks, everyone.